Hi, I'm Angela Hill, and I'm here today with Jon Sleeper, who is going to be facilitating a session at the EMCC Global Conference. Hi, Jon.
Hi,
We've
Angela.
not,
It's
we've
great to
not
be
met.
here.
We've not met before, have we?
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Yeah.
So it's
So
good to be here.
tell me about yourself. What's brought you into coming along and joining us at the conference?
Sure. No, thanks for asking. So, yeah, I'm Jon Sleeper. I'm a coach. I'm someone who's been working in business and technology for a long time, for like 30 years. So, got lots of experience working in business and technology. And I guess over the years, I've done a lot of delivery and change management. And in the last 8 years, I've kind of changed slightly. I've kind of pivoted as I've trained and become a professional coach. And that's been something that has been really quite transformative for me personally. And it's also kind of given me a real intention and form of fulfillment in the work that I do now. So I kind of feel very lucky, actually.
Mhm. So you mentioned about being in business and technology. What sort of role did you have before you sort of got involved in the coaching?
Yeah, sure. So I wasn't actually a natural techie. So I kind of I'd actually did economics and politics at university, but sort of found my way moving into the tech world when I came out of university. And so I did some technical work, but basically most of my time I was the project and program management, that kind of stuff. And along the way, I sort of discovered coaching, and really underneath it all, it's, I'm very much a people person, and I've always been very much interested in connecting with people and working in teams and finding the right trying to find the right balance to create the best environment for teams to perform at their best. And that's a lot of what I do now with teams, but also with leaders as well, and on a one-to-one level.
Okay. So you mentioned about it being transformational for you. Are you able to say in what way?
Yeah, I think it's just along the way, some of the tools and some of the coaching practices that I learned, they applied to me as very much so. And so it helped me to find my own purpose, helped me to find my limiting beliefs, and to try to sort of work on some of those things and help me to be, the best of me, really, and also help me to then apply some of those coaching principles to other people and to work environments too, organizations as well.
Yeah. Okay, so interestingly, you mentioned about teams and systemic in terms of organisation. So, what is the sort of what is the core topic that you're inviting people to in your session?
Yeah, absolutely. So the session itself is going to be an interactive session. So I'm going to have some Zoom breakout rooms. So it's not just going to be me talking all the time, but I will be introducing, this British telecommunications company that I've been working with, who've been going through a massive digital change as they move their business from the high street to the digital platform. So it's the sort of digital disruption that we're all seeing to a greater or lesser degree. And I'm going to use that context to talk about a number of things, really, to talk about the underlying values and principles upon which we work together, what they are, using something from the agile ways of working. That's one of the activities. And then the other thing is this thinking about being and doing. And so some of this is starting with self-awareness about finding our own state at different points in time during maybe the working day, but also then how we can then apply that understanding of ourselves to how we then connect with others and have an understanding of the system within which we're operating. And that will kind of be the second activity, which will be very much about thinking about our own perspective of something, but then also the systemic perspective of it too.
And you're mentioning digitalisation, and we've all been challenged by that, haven't we, in coaching? And I love that phrase, that being and doing. And I think we can forget that when we're faced with all the digital and virtual platforms. So, you know, what will people be able to take away from your session?
Well, that's a great question. I think, I mean, ultimately, I guess I see this talk as being very much hopefully in line with the theme of the conference, which is redesigning the future. So what I'd really like people to be able to take away is some greater awareness, some greater ideas, some new ideas and thoughts about things that they might actually be able to do, take back to their work in terms of application of, you know, what this new future looks like in this digitally disrupted world on top of the pandemic that we've all been having to go through.
Okay, sounds fascinating. And just to come back to you, Jon, and the transformation that you have gone through, what do you notice that you are doing differently now in this, in this increasingly digital sort of environment?
Well, I think that's a great question, and I think it's awareness of my state. So sometimes it may be just a pause in the day, just taking a breath and kind of trying to get out of my head and into my body, just to, where am I at this moment in time, so I can come back to my centered self and then go back out to the work that I'm doing with others. And hopefully that will help me to connect with people in a much better, more productive way.
Yes, yeah, instead of kind of being that almost like an avatar at the other side of the screen. Yeah.
A bit sort of, you know, a bit kind of too intense or whatever it might be. Yeah.
So, final thoughts or anything that you'd like to say as a message to those who are thinking of coming along to join you? Yeah,
it's just, look, I'm really looking forward to hosting the session, and really looking forward to getting to know people during the session and getting their input, so that hopefully we can create something together collaboratively. That's what, and please come along, and I'm looking forward to meeting you.
And I look forward to meeting you there, Jon. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Angela. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.